So these are the tools that I've been using for this. Knife to cut away the old rubber surround. The little hooks to hook out the bit of rubber that's left in there. And then a modified screwdriver. I had an old one laying around, so I bent it so I could open up the gap that the rubber channel goes into, or the channel that the rubber goes into, and then a trim tool to push the rubber back in again. Okay, so just a little bit of a stretch. What I've been doing is tucking a bit in down here somewhere, making sure that the bottom edge of the rubber is already in the frame, and then that gives you a bit of space just to tuck this lot all in. Now this bit's nice and easy, the corners are not so easy. Hope you're enjoying the music in the background. Release.net, favourite radio station. So as you can see, that bit is all quite easy to tuck in. Okay, the corners are a lot more tricky. So what I've been doing is a bit of a stretch on it and try and make sure you get that bottom tongue in the groove, and then you just have to work your way along it really slowly. It will go, and that's a bent screwdriver that I had. You just use that to open up the gaps a little bit to make it a little bit easier. But you have to be careful, because you can damage the frame quite easily by doing that. You'll see it does eventually all go in.
On Saturday the 4th of November, taking place in Ascot from 4 PM till 1 AM with 2 club rooms, the Witches Disco with uplifting house, and the Fiesta of Hungry Ghosts with Balearic, New Disco and Disco House, and we've got the Hello Neon Bar.
Yeah, it's just a case of working it in as you go around. Sometimes it's just get a little bit in there, carry it on a bit further round, and go back to it again just to get that last little tuck in. And you see, with my left hand I'm just applying pressure, stretching it out a little bit, not too much. Actually it's tucked itself in underneath the frame already on the straight part. What seems to happen is when they bend the stainless steel strip to go around the outside of this, it closes up the gap between the strip and the frame, so you have a much tighter channel for it to slip into. Gave it a good cleaning before I got around to it, although the outside of the frame doesn't look like it. The channel is nice and clean. I actually used my brush from a mountain bike cleaning kit that I have. But any stiff brush with bristles that are going to get into the channel will get the years of gunk and grime out of it. Yeah, it's just a case of nibbling away at it, and eventually it will all get in there. So, having managed to get the corner all in, this is the last home stretch. Of course that corner was a lot more difficult than the other three had been. Got we got it in there in the end. So just a simple push and tuck. I'll get it all in.
You're listening to Katie Wild, a walk on the wild side. Release Radio.
And there we have it, we're at the join. So these are all the bits that I cut out. So I cut down one edge of the T and then pulled it out, and then pulled out the remaining strip that was left in. Bit tedious, but worth spending the time getting it all out and making sure the channel's clean to get the new one back in again. And then a little look at the finished product. For some reason this corner's flopped down a lot more than the others have. As you can see, that one's stayed a bit more upright. And cut the join there. And that corner that I was having trouble with just now, up around the top. And I do hope that's been of use to somebody. I wish I had have seen one before I started, but there we go. Thanks.